This is Hung Overhand Right, and this is the UFC 291 preview show. Today you're going to hear Sandfagan, Seth, Dylan. My name's Jonathon, and this is probably the most hyped up card of the year.
Hello, friends.
It's going to be great.
Look at those.
No belt at the top, which is weird because
Doesn't need it.
typically not having a belt on a card is...
I don't think anyone could actually physically handle this card if there was a belt on the top of all of this. I mean, there is technically a belt. It's the bullshit belt, but whatever.
Yeah.
No one cares.
I really wish that they were putting the undisputed belt on Jan and Pereira, considering Jamal Hill.
They should. I don't know why they just fucking
bounced.
do it.
I agree.
All right, ready to get into these matchups. So we're going to talk about the main card, and then we're also going to talk about Derrick Lewis. We're not going to do every single fight, but those are the ones we're going to talk about.
Holy shit.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Where are we starting?
Derrick Lewis.
Okay.
Derrick Lewis versus Marcus Rogerio de Lima. Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast, 26-11. He's lost 3 in a row.
3 fight skid.
Fighting out of Houston, of course, 38 years old, 6'3". On the other side, Marcos Rogerio de Lima, Peizao, 21-8-1, won 2 in a row.
So Lewis has lost 3 in a row, but he's won 1 fight of his last 5, right?
Yep.
Jeez,
4 of his last
So
5.
he's kind of on
No,
that.
Rogerio de Lima, fighting out of Sao Paulo, 38 years old, 6'1".
yeah,
Trained
right,
that top team, though.
One,
And
two,
he's won
three,
4 fights
4,
out of his last 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Black
So-
Beast is 2 of his last 6.
Yeah, so 1-5.
I guess,
Or 1 and 5.
Silly bitch.
to me, this comes down to Marcus Rogerio de Lima is much more technical, a much better grappler.
We've seen that,
He just
though.
can't get knocked out.
And
We've seen that same story against Derrick time and time again.
sure
Yep.
have.
And as of recent, it hasn't really worked out for him.
No,
but
it hasn't.
Yeah, but how many of those times did he fight in Texas? Out of all
In
those-
Texas?
Out of all those losses, because he's notorious.
he hasn't won since December of 2021.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but he's been finished 3 times in a row.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? You think it's the end of his career?
I think he
Think
fought
he's done all he can?
He fought 3 fucking killers
I
right
just-
in a row.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
just
when
don't
has
know-
he not been fighting killers?
I just don't know how much he wants it.
Yeah.
I mean, De Lima, I would argue, is kind of a killer, too. I mean, his last fights have been, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Andrei Arlovsky, he choked him out.
Which is bullshit.
Ivanov, he lost a decision to Ivanov, but beat Rothwell.
Maurice
You know,
Green.
He's fought, like, good guys. I mean, he's not necessarily the, top 5 guy, but watching him, I mean, he's got the skills.
Yeah,
like,
he's got potential.
he chops legs down really effectively, and he's got a real nice high guard, and he's a good-ass grappler. So I don't know how much Derrick really wants to be in there anymore. So I don't know. What do you think?
How big?
63% of his losses were due to a submission. He's not getting subbed by Derrick. So he's
No.
he's got an edge there to not have to
How tall
worry
is
about
De Lima?
the ground.
6'1", I think.
6'1"?
Do we want to go to the odds first, or?
It's just hard.
Let's see these odds. I bet Derrick's a slight dog.
Yeah, I think maybe more.
It's
than
difficult,
slight.
man. It's difficult
Well, yeah.
to bet on heavyweights in general, but especially in this kind of circumstance to where one of them is
I think
1
Derrick.
and 5,
I think,
one of them's 4 and 5.
De Lima's minus 130, plus 110, Derrick.
I think Derrick touches him.
And as always, we're recording this a week in advance, so we don't have any props out. But I think if you're going prop, it's something by finish, right? Or an under.
I think we're going to see a classic Black Beast.
You think so?
I
Yep.
think he's going to come back.
I'm picking De Lima. I think he's going to chop the legs down and take Derrick down and get Derrick super tired.
We've seen Derrick. I mean, if he takes him down early, I think Derrick gets back up. We've seen him
He
get back
could.
up a bunch.
Yeah.
And
It's not technical, but
I
he
will
gets up.
say De Lima, I watched his fight against, who did I just say? Waldo, Cortez Acosta. And he wrestled him in the second round and made himself tired.
He kicked the shit out of his legs.
I'm
too.
just
and
re-
usually Acosta's the kicker.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for however it plays out to see as many crazy head kicks from Derrick Lewis as we
Yes.
can because it is fun watching that guy get
I
his
think he's
huge
gonna.
leg.
I think he's gonna touch him, dude.
You're picking Derrick to.
I'm taking Derrick,
So
man.
if you're betting him, money line's plus money, plus 110. Are you going that? Or are you going KO, which would probably be not much better? Maybe like plus 150, I'm guessing. Or, I mean, I'm going to be probably looking like fight does not go the distance or an under, which it's going to be minus something. It's not going to be great, but
no,
because I don't know who finishes who.
Yeah.
If it's a finish, it's going to be Derrick. I think.
This is tough,
Derrick's
man.
been finished 3 times
He
in
has.
a row.
Yeah, he has.
This is not an easy one.
I don't see Lima doing it.
I'm probably staying away or hitting an under.
I'm staying away from it, but I mean, if my heart says Derrick, but my brain wants to go with Lima.
Yeah.
How'd Spivak? It says submission first round. What sub did he hit him with? Do you remember?
It was...
That he hit Derrick with?
Yeah. Head and arm, maybe?
Arm triangle, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Pavlovich, KO. I forget how he even dropped him, too.
Kind of
It was just like a
TKO.
barrage of punches, I
Yeah, it
think.
was-
Yeah,
Yeah.
some ground and pound.
And then Ty definitely fucked him up.
Yeah, I don't think I see Spivak TKOing him, but maybe...
You mean Lima?
Or Lima, yeah. But maybe killing his leg, taking him down.
I think we're going to
sub.
see an overhand right. Boom.
Maybe off a leg
And we're
kick.
gonna
Could
see
be.
we're gonna see the famous celebration.
So you're going, Seth. What's your pick here? I guess you don't have to pick, but maybe what's your lean?
Tough, man. I guess
Heavyweights are tough.
Yeah, they're tough
Any
to
of 'em
do, but
can-
This is just a specific one that's really tough. I guess Derrick.
How old's Derrick now? They're both kind of old. Into
30,
Lima like 30-something,
38.
38, 39. I bet they're both around
Derrick is 38.
Yeah.
De Lima
there. I think
is
he's around there too.
38.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick for me is De Lima, but I'm not real comfortable betting the side. I think it's unders or it's fight ends inside the distance type thing.
Put the house on the Black Beast.
You want to look at Tapology votes? We're gonna start looking at Tapology votes on these fights too. By the way, listeners,
I bet it's split down the middle. Ooh,
62%.
wow, 62%
out
Black
of
Beast.
907 votes, 62% Derrick Lewis. 92% of those are KO
Knockout.
TKO.
Wow, what's the other? It's a little sliver decision.
Yeah, decision.
That's not gonna happen.
2%.
If he
decision.
wins, I do not see it
That's
by decision.
I'm surprised that it's
Me
62
too.
to 38%.
And what's
Now-
the percent of knockout by De Lima?
54% of his people they're picking De Lima have KO TKO.
Who all has knocked out De Lima? Is what I'm
He's kind of had like a little bit of a Charles Oliveira thing where he kind of used to
quit.
find a way out,
Give up.
sometimes, but he's kind of been on a good run. I mean, he's
Romanov
as far as knockout,
forearm choke.
he has never been knocked out. These old ones from 2012 don't say.
It says unanimous
Oh,
on
that
that one.
does, yeah.
And that one just says loss.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's ever been knocked out. Actually, well, no, it says one loss by KO TKO in the second round.
Make it 2, baby. Black Beast is coming back.
All right, well, if you believe in Dylan,
Anybody want to bet on it?
then
No, fuck no.
yeah, I don't really
Crazy.
want to.
By knockout? Or
Just-
TKO?
Just him by knockout. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like if he wins,
how he's
it's
gonna win.
100% of the time. That, yeah, no. I'm not really confident in De Lima because he's kind of, I mean, similar to Derrick. If things don't go his way, he kind of has a hard time. But I think he's more technical. That's who I'm
You think
going
De
with.
Lima's got a better gas tank?
Yes.
I mean, if De Lima wrestles a lot, he tires
Well, that's
himself
when
out doing that.
that's when Derrick
sometimes.
gets tired is when he's getting wrestled and shit. But if it stays on the feet, he doesn't have a terrible gas tank.
No.
He knocked out Stefan Struve with like half a second left.
And Volkov.
Or Volkov. Fucking
Volkov.
Stefan Struve. I saw he fought Stefan Struve. I read that earlier. Yeah, Volkov. He knocked him out with like what? Literally 10 seconds left in the third round.
Last
I mean, that
9
was 5 or 6 years ago. But
There's always a chance for
if
him.
it stays on the feet, he's not going to gas like terribly bad. I wouldn't think.
Anything else on this one?
The skyscraper.
On this one?
No, on De Lima.
Nah.
And
I'm over
It's
it.
hard. It's
Derrick.
hard. Tough call.
I'm
I'm
over
going
it.
Derrick though.
Look for unders.
Definitely
Um,
unders.
Next fight.
Another interesting one.
Stephen Thompson versus Michel Pereira. Stephen Thompson, he's obviously the Wonder Boy, as everyone knows.
40 years old now.
17
6-1,
What? Oh, it is 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
It almost looks like an 8.
Looks like
and
4.
he has won. He won his last fight, lost 2 in a row prior to that. Fighting out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, 40 years old, 6 feet tall. Michel Demolidor, Pereira.
Yeah.
Probably didn't enunciate that correctly, but 28-11. He's won his last 5, maybe even more.
I'm surprised to see Wonderboy as the favorite.
Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, 29 years old.
I love how they break down the age. 29 years, 9 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days.
Yeah.
In 4 hours.
Holy shit. I'm talking about betting odds, like some psychos in
I
there.
mean, dude, if he was 39 in a month, or
Might as well be
39 in
38.
11 months.
Right. Well, I don't give a fuck that Wonderboy is a wonder 40-year-old man. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to outpoint him.
Pereira's just weird as shit, man.
Pereira does too much crazy shit to where he lets himself get caught. Like
he doesn't get tired, though.
See, but he's kind of toned down the crazy shit.
He was going to do a front flip on his ass onto Wonderboy after he takes him down or something.
I mean, I went and watched his last one against Ponzinibbio, which was kind of a crazy fight. It was close, but he didn't really do any of the crazy shit. But the thing about Wonderboy, the way to beat him in a strike, obviously you can take him down, but if you're going to outstrike him, it's going to be going forward and
like
getting in his face.
Yeah.
But Pereira is kind of a guy that likes to stand at that like boxing, kickboxing range too, and not really.
If it stays like that, I think Wonderboy's got the advantage.
That's the thing. Like I don't know if Pereira's approach is going to be to get in his face, if he's going to try to stay at range and.
I think Wonderboy's good at keeping him there, though.
Is Pereira 57-0 in kickboxing, dude?
Probably not. I want to see.
Pereira's not going to work a takedown or anything like that, I wouldn't think. Both these guys are the weirdest guys to try to game plan for, and they're fighting each other.
I tell you what, the Wonderboy has been like coaching everyone lately. Have you noticed that? He's been
the Wonder Man.
Yeah, he seems like he's been all over, just slutting around, training with everybody.
See, they both this is orthodox for Wonderboy, but I mean his last fight against Holland, he was mainly southpaw the whole time, probably so that they were in open stance, I'm assuming. But I mean, that Holland fight, like
it was weird.
It was weird, and he was having a hard time on the feet the first couple rounds, and then obviously Holland decided he wasn't going to grapple. But if Holland didn't gas out, I kind of think Wonderboy would have lost that fight.
Really?
Yeah. So I was really confident in Wonderboy until I actually watched some of Pereira's fights, and then I was like, well, this guy's pretty good at like long range striking too, and he's got a tank on him. Like he can. Yeah. He's big. He's a huge fucker.
He's big as fuck. That is another thing I'm kind of worried about Wonderboy with. He's at a bad size disadvantage.
Yeah. But he didn't gas out completely.
These are hard to pick fucking winners for, dude.
Yeah, I mean
these are tough. I got Wonderboy.
Like all of these.
I think it's going to decision personally.
I think if that is the case, if it actually does go to decision, I think Wonderboy outpoints him. Fucking kickboxing style.
I think so too.
The odds are -180 Wonderboy, +155 Pereira. Yeah, I mean I think it's gonna be really close.
I think it's gonna be. I think it is too. I think Wonderboy's just slightly outpoints him.
If you're confident, I guess if you're confident, I was gonna say in a specific side, bet them by decision probably. But if you're confident in Pereira, I mean you're probably better off just money lining it +155 instead of, because if he does finish him, then you lose.
I'd definitely go money line on this one.
I mean the Wonderboy money
He's
line
been finished,
-180. That is bettable. That's not like terrible, but
Pettis.
Yeah, Pettis
knocked him the fuck out. It was weird. That was nobody saw that coming.
That was goofy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so Pettis though. That's kind of shit he does somehow.
Wonderboy, I think he's gonna be a little faster. Probably he's gonna be able to like at least dart in with like that.
Yeah.
His rear hand and get out.
He's just got so much more experience. I mean, like over a decade more of experience.
I mean, total fights.
Pereira's got a lot in MMA.
Yeah, Pereira's 29. I mean, Wonderboy's been fighting since what? He was like 16.
But like as far as like just straight 40 MMA fights,
yeah, kickboxing obviously.
Right, it's gonna be a kickboxing match. You know, this isn't gonna be a fucking.
Yeah,
Pereira's not. He's not much of a grappler usually, but I mean,
and Wonderboy's pretty good at staying on his feet. I mean, that's what he does. So it's not like he's easy to take down. I don't think.
Yeah.
Look at that fucker though.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, like betting side of things.
Reminds me of what's his face, that local guy.
Yeah, Cal.
Yeah,
looks a lot like him.
I'm probably looking just fight goes the distance or over. It'll be a 2.5, probably like over 2.5. Maybe.
I bet I would hammer the shit out of that, dude. I really would.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I'm sure the bookies are kind of wise to it. It's probably going to be not a great number, but Tapology votes.
Wow.
Really
83.
surprising, actually.
Fat.
Wonder Boy, out of 932 votes, 83% are picking Wonder Boy.
By decision. That's where
Honestly,
I'm at.
I agree with that.
I don't think it's going to be easy, though.
No.
It's going to be close.
It might
Maybe
be,
even a split.
I was say it might be one of those ones that could go either way.
Or Wonder Boy could just clean him up. That could happen too. It could just be kind of weird.
I just don't.
Pereira just doesn't bring his game.
I mean, yeah, if he doesn't show up, maybe. But Wonder Boy had a hard time with Holland until he got tired.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Holland's a monster though, and he's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, but he doesn't do the shit Pereira does, though. He,
Holland's bigger than Pereira.
No,
no.
He's taller.
Maybe taller.
He's
but
taller, longer.
He is. The fact that he makes 70 is pretty wild to me.
I mean, Pereira's
5-fight win streak.
Pereira's 6'1". Wonder Boy's probably about the same. 6 feet.
Damn, he's only 6'1". I
Kevin
figured
Holland
he'd be
was
taller.
6'3". At least 6'4".
I'm surprised
Holland?
to see that
Yeah,
he's
he's
6'1".
He's got to be 6'3".
I'm going 6'2".
6'3", yeah.
It's
But
dog
Holland's
shit.
a lot skinnier. Pereira's built like he's a brick shithouse. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Over.
I'm not
Wonder
comfortable
Boy
with the
by
side
decision.
personally. But anything else on that one?
People should not try to fight Wonder Boy, and that's
No.
what's his dick did.
I mean, I think it might be good for him to maybe not try to take him down, but mix in a couple of shots and make him think about it.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Boy's kind of he does well when he can kind of dart in with like a big punch, and so if you get him not wanting to do that as much, that might help you out. Anything else?
No.
I like Wonder Man.
Up next,
Chiesa.
Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland.
I got Kevin Holland.
Michael the Maverick Chiesa, 16-6, lost 2 in a row. Fighting out of Washington State, 35 years old, 6'1". Kevin Holland, the Trailblazer, 24-9. He won his last fight against Wonder Boy. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, 30 years old, 6'3". Chiesa, I watched him and Sean Brady earlier, and he was outboxing Sean Brady. But surprisingly, he's the one that got taken down and controlled on the ground and lost because of it.
Yeah, that's
which
weird.
is typically his game plan.
Yeah.
And then he was actually had Luque before that in a real bad spot and almost hit I can't remember what submission it was. Had an arm choke or something, but then immediately Luque darsed him right after. Reversed
He's
him,
won in
darsed him.
over 2 years.
Yeah, it's.
2.5 almost.
I love Chiesa, but he's just.
Dude, I think Chiesa's stand-up's good enough to not get hurt.
That's what
And then I think he clinches up, drags him to the ground, and
I was expecting to really be heavily on the side of Holland until I watched Chiesa's fights back his last couple, even in his losses.
Yeah, but I think Holland beats him on the ground.
not if he's on his back.
Probably not subs him, but I mean.
But I mean, Holland also knocks people out off his back.
Yeah, old-ass Jacare, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. Kevin Holland, all the best he can do is just not talk about Michael Chiesa's mom. Yeah, and he should be all right.
I'm probably picking. Oh, and also, I remember Holland's last fight against Ponzinibbio. He hurt his hand.
Yeah.
And he literally knocked him out with the other hand. And couldn't hardly use one hand.
Dude, he definitely can. He definitely has the capability of touching up Chiesa and getting that big shot. I don't know if I see it.
Kevin Holland's been a lot more active than Chiesa in the last few years, huh?
Yeah.
I got
That's for
Holland,
sure.
man.
I
I like
what are
Michael
the-
Chiesa
what are the
more,
odds
for
again?
sure.
The
Holland's
odds-
slight favorite.
Yeah, Kevin Holland minus 145, Chiesa plus 125.
That's not too
So that's yeah.
not pretty even.
Yeah, Holland open minus 170. He's kind of just slowly trended down a little bit, meaning there's been some action on
I might
on
opt out
Chiesa,
of
but
picking a winner on this one.
I'm gonna
I got Kevin
I'm
Holland.
gonna pick Chiesa to win.
Really? That's where I'm leaning.
But
Really?
Dude, his stand-up's good enough to not get hurt, I think. And then if he grabs a hold of him and can successfully take him down, I think it's done.
Really? I don't know, man. I'm not so confident on that.
You can probably do worse than Chiesa at plus 125 as an underdog. So
it's a good fight. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, if you think the way I look at it, I don't know if I'm going to get to like actually betting Chiesa, but like to me it seems like close to 50-50 and so it's like dog or pass kind of thing. Whoever's the dog,
right,
is who I would look towards. I mean, as far as like method, I guess I could see Holland if he wins, finishing Chiesa, maybe.
I can see that, but I can also see Chiesa by some sort of submission, rear naked maybe. He gives up his back, and
as far as
those situations maybe.
The props, honestly, I'm not really looking at an over or an under because I'm not real sure. And
yeah.
Fight ends inside the distance or fight goes the distance. I don't know. So you might just
What's Tapology say?
You might just look money line if you're looking to bet either of them. Holland out of 934 votes, 78% are going Kevin Holland.
They like Kevin.
Tapology's agreeing
all
with
by
me.
knockout, almost
65% of those.
So far, I'm liking that. All my picks are Tapology
and then
picks.
Split down the middle, basically sub decision.
48% who are picking Chiesa.
I think I'm going to ride with the 22% with Chiesa.
Yeah.
I
might
bet you on that one.
Really?
I might.
I'll throw down on Chiesa.
Yeah?
Yep.
This isn't like the most confident I've been in an underdog by any means, but I think it's fairly close. And if Holland was the underdog, I would probably pick him because it's that close of a fight to me. But
I like Chiesa. The more we talk about it, I like Chiesa.
Anything else on that one?
Nah.
I've been meaning
These fights are all tough, man.
They really are. At some of these UFC stats.
This card better be as fucking sick as the name value is all I gotta say.
It generally isn't, though. That's what I'm worried about.
I think.
Well, you got Poirier Gaethje at the top. That one's a no-brainer.
I think the top two fights will make it probably worth it either way. But
yeah,
Dustin could fight and lay on the ground for 5 straight rounds, and I'd love it.
Of course you would. You weirdo.
You love a man laying on his back, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. Tony
5
Ferguson,
straight losses.
El Kakui.
God.
25-8. Yeah, he won.
Fucking hate
Didn't
to
he win
say
like
it.
12 in a row? And then
He won 12 in a row. Yeah. Is it just 5 in a row he's lost, or is he on 6?
It's 5.
I think it's 5. Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but I got Bobby Green, even though I can't stand the motherfucker.
I'm not the biggest fan of either of these guys.
I'm not either. But normally I would pick Tony, but it's not Tony anymore.
Tony's 39 years old, 5'11". Bobby King Green, 29, 14-1. They're both fighting out of California. 36 years old, 5'10".
And they both have fought everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tony's losses, and it's like it's literally Gaethje, Oliveira, Dariush, Chandler, and Nate.
That's some of the top guys, except for Nate.
Hell, Nate's still up
but
there.
I watched the Nate fight earlier, and Tony just did not look good
He looked
at all.
like shit.
Terrible.
He looks slow. He still does the same dumb shit. His corner in between every round, they were telling him to quit turning around because he kept turning his back to Nate and spinning around and shit. And now Bobby Green, I mean, obviously the Tony against Beneil and Tony against Charles, he just got completely grappled, dominated.
I think we see Bobby Green via boxing striking clinic.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I mean, Bobby Green.
But again, if Tony decides to try to wrestle, who knows if he will?
I'm just gonna Wing Chun his ass.
That'd be his only chance, I think, is trying to grapple. But I think Bobby does a good job of keeping his range.
Tony doesn't really grapple that often, even though he's an NCAA champ.
No,
he used to all the time.
I don't think
like old school Tony.
I don't think he's going to try to, or if he does try to, I don't think he's going to be able to take Bobby Green down.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't take anybody down, man.
Not anymore.
I'm interested. I want to know what his.
Doesn't he have the All-American tattoo for fuck's sake?
He does. Yeah.
Let's see what his 41% takedown accuracy for Tony, 72% defense for Bobby.
Damn, really?
So
I got Bobby.
Takedowns per 15 minutes, 0.44 for Tony.
Dude, I used to like Bobby until he was on fucking Rogan's podcast.
I've never liked him once.
Really?
Never in my entire life.
I like him. He's fun to watch, at least.
He is very fun to watch, and he will fight anyone at any time.
It's just like every time he gets fucking hit, it's like, nope.
Yeah,
Fine, dude.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't get me.
Bobby Green is minus 300, plus 250 for Tony.
If you're gonna bet on a dog, I don't know if it would be this fight.
It
Also,
literally just changed.
People probably aren't saying much about like
minus 325 now.
Wow.
Tony's all the legal bullshit he's been dealing with lately with the DWIs.
Yeah, he's got to get there without hitting a parked car.
Yeah, 4 of them, huh?
Or tripping over a cord.
Didn't he hit 4 of them?
Yeah.
4 or 5, yeah.
How about that?
I just
If he flipped his car, didn't he?
yeah, and then he was like a dick to the cop, I think too.
He's probably running away from ghosts or something.
I just don't see how Tony can still fight with his chin straight in the air and Bobby Green not find it.
He's gonna find it a lot, I think.
Especially after he got flatlined by what's his face. Remember that nasty KO?
Michael Chandler?
Chandler, yeah. Just fucked him.
And Chandler's not a front kick specialist
No.
by any means.
Anderson Silva the shit out of him right there.
That one was hard to watch.
What if you saw a tooth fly out just like back in the day when Anderson did that to...
If he loses,
Vitor.
Tony loses, is it the last we see of him in the UFC?
It should
that would be
be, but
6 straight.
But
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, you mean get cut or him retire?
I don't think he would retire.
He's not
He's
going
not
to
gonna retire. 'Cause
I
what
hate
else
the
is he going to
UFC.
do?
He's going to Diego Sanchez it for the rest of his
Oh,
life.
yeah,
I think.
100%.
The UFC may cut him.
They
though.
might. I mean, dude, 6
They
in a row,
should.
man. I know they've all been names, but shit.
Bobby Green is definitely a step down. So it's like if you lose to him also.
Or maybe if he does lose, they give him like a young up-and-comer guy to kind of build off of, maybe.
I mean,
I don't
they're
know,
going to kill
man.
him too.
I can't see them keeping him around because he's just kind of a liability for the UFC to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they didn't give a shit when he was 12-0, but
see, the weird thing is they could cut him at any time.
yeah,
It's not the contract doesn't matter. So
Right.
I'm actually
Right.
kind of surprised that they're keeping him around and that he's fighting this quick after the DWI thing.
Right.
But
well, he's always been kind of a UFC business guy, you know,
yeah,
kind of.
fought
But
12
he
12 in a
he
row.
does say some off-color shit
I hope
towards
he
Dana,
wears
so
his,
that doesn't help the situation.
I hope he wears his sunglasses at weigh-ins and his weightlifting gloves,
Yeah,
his
his-
fingerless gloves.
You know
and
he
like
will.
his dress shirt.
He'll probably
with, like,
he'll probably be
tie.
tossing a baseball in the air.
Yep. I don't think. I mean, I guess if you think Tony's got a shot plus 250,
I
it's not
don't.
bad. but, like,
No.
I'm not touching the money line here. I think
Did we look at Tapology yet?
no.
It's going to be like 90%,
It's going to be
Bobby.
a lot, I think.
75,
Wow.
25.
948 votes.
Damn, a lot of people got him
75% Bobby.
Most of Ferguson's votes are decision, though.
Yeah.
A lot of the Tony, 53% are decisions.
Watch
Look,
Tony
I-
get in there and
To-
grind out a decision. Though.
Tony could sub him, though. Like, that's a possibility. He could sub Green
Yeah.
if he
I
gets
just-
him right.
If
I'm just
Tony,
not seeing it.
if
Since Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
if Tony wins, it'll be by a decision. I just don't see it.
See, Bobby doesn't take like a ton of risk. I mean, other than keeping his hands down. But what I'm saying is like he's not going to like throw crazy overhand spinning back elbow to get
He's not going to put himself in a
to get in like
spot.
a scramble.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he gets hit a lot. That's for goddamn
I
sure.
mean,
Tony ain't going to hit him though, dude. Not a
Probably
lot.
not. Probably not
he-
these days, but... I mean, Tony back in the day would absolutely smash.
Back
Bobby
when he
Green.
was like wrecking Cowboy and
He would absolutely fuck on him.
whoever that he fought on his million fight win
I don't know if
streak.
I've ever seen anybody drop off that hard before.
Bobby-
Yeah.
From being that amazing to being that
It honestly
ass.
was just like a flip of a switch for
It
him.
really
to just
was.
going from.
Everybody was
might
kind
have
of
been the
shocked
Gaethje.
on his first loss.
Might have been the Gaethje fight.
Yeah, Gaethje changes people.
I mean,
Tony was that guy though. He used to kind of change people.
Yeah, he sure did. Well, you remember seeing everybody's face?
Yeah,
That he fought?
There was like 4 or 5 fights
Everybody's-
in a row.
it was
Everyone
more than that.
Fucked
I
up.
want to see his face the last 4 fights.
Yeah.
No, but
ended up
they had
picking-
his 12 fights in a row. Everybody's face, every single one of them are mangled and cut
Yeah.
up, and it's insane.
I mean,
It wouldn't be a fun guy
That
to fight.
Chandler kick where his face is all fucking.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
That's terrible.
as far as like betting, I would personally, I'm looking Bobby Green inside the distance or Bobby Green TKO if I'm going to bet it.
Same.
But I think the bookies are going to be like, this guy, Tony, is finishable now. Like, it's finished quite often, so it's probably not going to look super great. I guess you could probably, I mean, we haven't talked about parlays at all, but like Bobby Green, the only way you're betting him is if you're putting him in a parlay because he's
I agree.
minus
Yeah,
325.
320. It just changed in front of our face too.
Yeah.
For an even bigger favorite.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, from 300 to 325.
I love
And
it.
he opened at 310, so it's like people aren't hammering Tony.
No.
I want to see what that's going to be like 30 minutes before the fight.
Yeah,
Right.
I bet
I bet it's going to skyrocket.
even more.
Yeah.
Towards Bobby.
Yeah. I think Bobby's going to get a
when
bigger.
the casuals start throwing well, I see that's another thing. The casuals, they might see, Tony
Ferguson.
El Kakui.
I haven't watched in 2 years, but
saw
I remember him being
Tough
pretty good.
30 years ago. He was good.
Brock was his coach. Anything else?
You're right. It might. Yeah, it could go the other way by the time the fight comes around.
Maybe, but
a little bit.
I guess a pay-per-view, you could maybe see some casual bettors, but typically something like that.
I personally still don't ever put too much weight into these live odds.
Even if the public is betting Tony a decent amount, I think the bookies would still keep the price relatively similar because they're probably that not confident in Tony at this point. All right, ready?
What's the next really difficult one to choose?
Yeah, these are all pretty hard.
They're tough, dude. These are It's not a good
They're
betting
so
card.
good, they suck.
Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira.
They got it even. Jan is a slight favorite.
Jan 29-9, coming off of a draw.
Holy shit! Jan is 40 years old.
Fighting out of Poland, 40 years old, 6'2". Alex Pereira, Potan, 7-2. Obviously got knocked out by Izzy his last fight. From Brazil, but fights out of Connecticut. Trains with Glover.
Ew, why Connecticut?
36 years old, 6'4". Glover's been in Connecticut for a long time.
So weird. It's random.
That is, yeah. A team of Brazilians in Connecticut.
It's where the headquarters of the pro wrestling is.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the first thing people are going to think of when they're picking this fight is Jan versus Izzy.
How long ago was that, though? 2-3 years? 2 years.
Yeah, March 2021.
Lots of dubs on there.
Not as long as what I thought it was. He was a fucking wrecking machine for a while.
The thing about
dude.
this Izzy fight is you would think, like, okay, he's going to wrestle early, get Izzy tired, and then maybe he can strike with him. But he actually struck with him for, like, almost 3 full rounds and then wrestled.
This is something I love about Jan. He goes shin to shin all the time, does not give a fuck, and it never seems to bother him.
Yeah,
and it's
but
always crippling towards whoever he's
kicking
kicking.
a piece of wood this fight.
Yeah,
I mean,
Pereira's
come
shins
on.
are probably going to be pretty.
Pereira's
But,
going to be like,
I mean,
I'm not saying he's going to actively try to go shin to shin, but he doesn't give a fuck. He
I
throws
know,
with bad intentions every time, and it hurts.
He may
Pereira's gonna look
go
at him
shin
and-
to shin, but he's going to have to do it with the front leg.
He's
They're
going to
both
not give
orthodox.
a fuck.
But here's the deal:
left.
Jan is not scared to wrestle the fuck out of Pereira, and what's he going to do? I mean, you know what I mean? Like
Pereira's just so big and strong.
he is,
dude.
but
I know he doesn't
Jan's
have
the
the
champ,
best.
and he's well rounded.
I know
as
Izzy
fuck.
took him down. Blah 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 blah. But I don't know. He's
Pereira's
just
scary.
so big.
Pereira is definitely scary.
Jan should wrestle, but the thing is, I just don't know if he's going to right off the bat.
Not right off the
And
bat, but
that is the window of opportunity for
And
Pereira
it's
to.
it's only 3 rounds,
light him
so
up.
he can't do what he did against Izzy and wait till the third to wrestle.
it's a good point.
But
I got to see these. What's typology say?
I like both of these guys a lot. Is the thing.
I do too.
the pick for me is Jan because the path to victory is pretty clear.
Yeah.
And he is hard to knock out.
Yes.
It's true.
I don't know if he's ever been. He might have been knocked out once or twice, but again,
Wow,
I'm
it's
not sure if he's
So
gonna wrestle.
close. 48 to 52%.
I could see Jan actually trying to strike with him.
I can see.
If
Yeah,
he
but
does,
Pereira's
it's
also
just
got that.
you're playing with fire doing that shit.
968 votes, 52% are picking Jan, 48
I
Pereira.
kind of like Pereira via left hook decapitation.
Yeah,
I just don't know, man.
Pereira killed the guy.
I don't know, dude.
I'm
I don't
having
know.
a
I wouldn't bet on this one.
I don't know if I'd bet a side. I mean, the odds
Well, Pereira is like a what plus 110?
they're both minus. It's literally now on Bet Online at least minus 113 Jan, minus 107 Pereira.
Yeah.
I'd be skipping the fuck
I'd stay
out
the
of this
fuck away from this one.
one. Yeah.
And I actually
It's hard to do over under.
I could see this going to decision, honestly,
Really?
especially if the wrestling is implemented.
And Jan being favored?
Probably.
Decision?
Yeah, I mean,
I would say so, probably. If it goes decision, then Jan
but
probably is.
even if Pereira wins, I don't know if I see him just knocking him out. You know,
Not like icing him per se, but he may
But if somebody
wobble
can,
him.
it is
And
Pereira.
it is
yeah,
him.
for sure.
If somebody's going to knock out
This
Jan.
is a weird one. I'm staying the
How many
hell away
Scary.
from
Yeah,
it.
I'm not doing shit with that.
Gun to my head, Pereira, TKO. Round 2.
Jan's been
Gun
knocked
to my
out
head,
twice.
Jan decision,
Jan's been knocked out by Thiago Santos
which is weird.
and
That's kind of an odd one. It was the hammer that did it.
and Sokaju.
Sokoju knocked out Jan?
I mean, it says
Everybody's got that weird one, man.
I think
Everybody's got that
I
weird
think
one.
this lost retirement is what they're counting.
Oh,
as
like a
knockout.
corner stoppage type deal? Sokoudjou in 2011 was still probably 45 years old.
Yeah. He was 10-8.
Holy shit.
Great record.
Yeah, I don't know. Picking a side here for, I think, all of us is probably not the route we're going.
Ooh, is Alvarez going to get something here, baby?
And,
there it is.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Let's go Alvarez.
As far as, personally, I'm maybe looking at an over or fight goes to the decision, but I know a lot of people are probably seeing this as a finish. Anything else?
You can't bet on any of it if you're me.
Just pass.
Yeah, I ain't touching that one.
I'd pass the shit
I think
out of
that's
that.
the worst one on the card.
Pereira's he's the X factor when it comes to.
And then obviously he's going up a weight class, so it's
and he's going to be healthier and even bigger.
And Pereira beats guys that aren't supposed to be beaten.
I part of me wonders if it's just him and Izzy he kind of had his number, and then we could look back in 3 years and he just has never been able to do shit at 205 because of the grappling.
But he's been knocking other fools out, and he fucked up Strickland.
He did kill Strickland.
I mean, who was that other dude he knocked the fuck out that Dylan picked and I picked Pereira? And
what was his name?
Fucked him up and knocked him
Isn't he
with
Greek?
an elbow. Wasn't it an elbow? Knocked him out?
No, you're talking about Bruno Silva, probably.
No.
Andreas Michailidis? Those are his 3 wins. There's 4 wins in the UFC. Michailidis, Bruno Silva, Strickland.
Where's Michailidis from?
Greece.
That's him.
It was Michailidis.
This is the Greek
He
guy.
flying kneed him.
Yep.
Yeah, flying knee. That's what it was. Yeah, you were pissed.
Yep.
I can't believe you picked him.
If I'd have known more about him at the time, we all knew he knocked out Izzy, but you see a glory guy with a record of 3-1, and then you have a grappler from Greece.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, but what's Pereira's kickboxing record as a whole, though? It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, but still, man.
Isn't it better than Izzy's?
No,
it's a lot less, I think.
Is it?
It's a less and more losses. Not a lot less, I don't think, but I don't know. I think it's
still a good record, though. Solid record, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And it's not only a good record, but it's the fact that the guys he beat like all the best guys.
Right.
Including
I like
Izzy.
Pereira. He's a scary motherfucker, man.
33-7.
I think Izzy's like
He's like
40 something
I
or
thought he had
50
a lot.
something. Maybe.
I thought Izzy had like 80.
See, that's kind of what I
I thought he
too,
had like
honestly.
80 kickboxing matches.
Yeah.
75-5. Yeah, right on the dot.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And in 32-0 as an amateur.
But wonder how many of those were cans.
That's dumb as fuck. Either way, that's stupid as
Yeah,
hell.
it's still gross. Look at Gaethje, how young he is.
Yeah, he looks like a little kid there.
See, this is what's scary.
Hold on.
Yeah, let me do the intro thing here. All right, last fight, main event, 5 rounds, BMF belt, very important. Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Dustin the Diamond, Poirier 29-7, coming off of a win.
Dude, Gaethje's older than Dustin.
Fighting out of Florida, of course. 34 years old, 5'9". Justin the highlight, Gaethje 24-4. He's coming off a win also.
God, win.
Out of Colorado, 34 years old, 5'11".
How is Gaethje older than Dustin? I did not know that.
It's by 2 months.
I know, but still, I thought he was years younger because when they fought, he was really green in the sport.
I mean, he was over in
UFC,
World Series of Fighting forever.
Well, right.
Leg kicking the shit out of everybody over there.
Yeah.
It was a close fight.
The thing about this,
Both these guys. Go ahead.
They both fought Chandler, and Dustin seemed to have more trouble with Chandler than Gaethje did. Not by a lot.
Gaethje's more of a wrestler than Dustin is.
But I don't think did he even wrestle Chandler?
But I think it's the mentality of it. You know,
Maybe.
the two wrestlers they know that they're not gonna try to wrestle. They don't have to worry about things.
So,
It's probably I don't know. Who knows?
God, they both got choked out by the same guys.
Charles, Khabib.
Yeah. Quick.
They've all fought the same guys for the most part.
I hate to say it, but as far as the odds minus 130 Dustin, plus 110 Gaethje, it's probably dog or pass. Like whoever's the underdog, for me.
Look, I still got Dustin, but man, I think this one is going to be scarier than the last one. I could see Justin getting it done.
All biased aside, because we all know I am a Poirier cockshiner dick rider. I think he does more or less the same thing as the first fight, but he's not going to get his leg as beat up.
I think it's who is going to address the situation better from the last fight. You know, it's hard to say.
Gaethje's one that's got to make the changes.
Well,
Dustin
the
does
thing
too.
Dustin made the
Gaethje-
changes mid-fight.
Right.
Gaethje seems like he has changed since then by not being as reckless and also throwing less leg kicks. So it's weird. It's like, is he gonna throw the same amount of leg kicks
He might
and
fire.
be less
He might fire him
crazy?
back up since he had the success he did the first time.
This is tough because Dustin figured out the leg kicks by obviously damage was already done, and he still got it done anyways, but he did start to, move his legs out of the way, come in with that left, tag him up pretty
His
good.
hands are just, boxing is just so crispy, dude. He's just so fucking good with his hands.
Extremely well-rounded
Gaethje,
in every
Gaethje's
aspect.
a good boxer, too.
He is, too.
And I don't think either have, a defined speed advantage necessarily.
But
Dustin's more calculated.
Gaethje might have the power advantage.
That's probably, I'd
Slightly.
probably go with that.
Slightly.
Dustin's just, his finishes come from hurting you and then just swarming.
And just pouring it on.
And
Never stop.
Not really getting tired.
I actually think you'll be able to get a good price on anything decision or over because it's 5 rounds.
I don't know if I do that with these guys, especially a 5-rounder.
Is this the hardest card ever to bet on?
It is for me.
Jesus.
I don't know. I may.
Good luck parlaying any fight on this.
I see it going decision by Dustin.
If you're confident on one side or the other, just money line it because it could go to decision or somebody could get finished.
Normally a main card, you have a fairly good idea of who for the most part. This one is straight up.
I mean, all the odds are one something,
right?
100, 130.
This is what sums up this
was
fight.
Tony and Bobby Green. That's it.
What sums up this fight is this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I think we see just classic Dustin boxing. Takes the lesser shots and gets it done.
Gun to my head, I got
Poirier. I'm gonna say late 3rd round, maybe mid 4th round.
So if you're looking unders or inside the distance,
I would go inside the distance. Poirier.
I got Poirier decision.
I like that too.
It's a tough one. It's such a toss up. It's almost.
But Gaethje is durable as fuck.
Yeah.
Gaethje is certainly capable of finishing Dustin too.
Let's look at the Topology.
If Dustin didn't put him away the first fight,
he was.
And if it just went to a decision by Dustin, I wouldn't sound as confident right now. But he poured it the fuck on him, on his ass, dude.
968 Topology votes. Poirier 64%, and 57 of those.
Man, they're kind of shitting on Gaethje a little bit right there.
I'm the last guy to sleep on Gaethje.
This is like a 49-51 to me.
And don't get me wrong, I am going to be a nervous wreck whenever that fight
happens.
Yeah,
I think most people are thinking, okay, they fought the same guys, they've lost to the same guys, they beat the same guys, but one of them beat the other one last time.
Right.
I think that's where these are coming from.
If you do the math like that, then yeah.
But still, those are some high percentages just for that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I
agree with it.
Both sides, like if you're the votes for Poirier and the votes for Gaethje are both the higher percentages KO TKO.
I just don't agree with the KO TK, the TKO percentage. Like that's a big box for.
There's even a pretty good sliver for sub by Dustin.
9%, but
the biggest sliver should be decision.
He could hurt him and go that route, maybe, like he did with Chandler.
I definitely don't see a sub, but usually I guess you don't see him coming typically. But
I was. If you were told that Dustin was going to rear naked choke Chandler before the fight, would you fucking believe it?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's fatigue maybe will lead to that.
Fatigue and leaking out of your face.
Yeah.
I think Gaethje's got a better gas tank than Chandler though.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, I think Chandler he just gassed out from getting hit so much.
Yeah.
Against both of them.
Yeah.
Gaethje, although he used to be
gets hit just as much, if not more than Chandler. He doesn't get gassed from it.
He's definitely addressed that a little bit over the last few years.
He has.
But I don't know. I guess gun to my head, I'm gonna lean Poirier. But if someone had said you have to moneyline this, it's probably dog or pass for me personally.
Man, if Gaethje does lose? What does he do after that?
He's still gonna go
fight like Jalen Turner or something.
Fight them
Grant
kind of
Dawson.
guys. Oof.
That's a big drop.
Grant
down
Dawson,
11.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Number 4 versus number 5.
He's fought all the vets.
Both these guys, they fought everyone.
Yeah, and then the ones they lost to, they just climbed right back up to the top.
The winner of this may get the shot after
The
Charles
actual
and
title shot?
Islam. Because they're both
they
both are fine with waiting.
Right.
They've been doing that.
After Volk,
and also, somebody's getting the bad motherfucker belt, so that might intrigue other fighters maybe from different weight classes to want to call them out for that belt. Maybe they want that belt.
or you make it a belt for the belt, the real belt.
He'll trade you this
A
fake
belt
one.
for belt for the real belt.
Nah, there's no way.
I wouldn't
to do
mind
that.
Dustin going up to 170, honestly.
I think he can do it.
Well,
he
he
has done
could,
it.
but I mean, is he going to be as successful at 170 as he has
Wait,
been?
has he fought at 170?
not in the UFC.
Not in the UFC.
I don't think.
He's
I want to
beefy
say,
enough.
like, as an amateur, he started out his career as like a light heavyweight
Yeah.
even.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be a fat guy. Not like fat, but he used to be,
He's-
There's
Oh,
no
he
way
used
he
to
was
be-
a light heavyweight at 5'9", dude.
I'm telling you. He used to weigh like 225 pounds before he started training and shit.
Yeah, but
Pro
fighting at
debut. His pro
225?
debut was welterweight,
Okay.
lightweight. Maybe,
So-
maybe
he was
as
a
an amateur,
he was a
but
featherweight though.
Dude, I'm telling you, John, help me
He
here.
did used to be big.
He was
No,
like
I know what you're talking about, but I mean,
Dustin Poirier
light
fat.
heavyweight?
Dude, he used to be a big fucker. Dustin Poirier fat. It's all him shredded at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
He always looks shredded. He always looks in shape as fuck.
There's an old ass picture with his wife.
Yeah.
Now wife. that
Yeah.
He,
I
he
have
looks
seen
like
it.
a chubby trailer park kid.
And
He-
man,
dude, he
his
really
wife
does.
is so hot.
Yeah, I like her.
I'm a big fan.
I mean, this is kind of what I'm talking about.
God,
You can
both
see-
of them.
Yeah, damn.
Both of them look
You can see he's a little thicker there, though. That's a
hillbilly.
tough picture.
Some hillbilly.
All right. Anything else on this fight?
It's scary as fuck. I don't know. That whole card's weird, man.
Method's tough.
Dustin,
Money line's tough.
late fight TKO like the first time. Let's go.
Dustin
by decision.
TKO 4th round is going to be like plus 3,000 probably.
If it is, I'm betting on it.
All right.
Plus
You could do
3,000,
a 4th
really?
and a 5th and just throw like, do 2 separate bets and just put like 10 on each.
Right.
And one wins and you're good.
Right.
It doesn't matter that you
We're
lost
doing
on the
that.
other.
I'm
DP
hammering that.
decision.
You heard it here. Put your fucking life savings on that.
4th or
Yeah.
5th round.
Gambling's good
I
for
mean,
you.
finished him in the 4th last time.
It's
so-
not going to be early for either side.
I know, but Justin
Yeah.
was he was so young, like in the game, in the UFC game back then. I mean, he's done a lot since then. And not
Gaethje?
saying that
Or Poirier?
DP hasn't. No, Gaethje. I mean, he's gonna be a different guy.
It's not like he was fighting turds at World Series, though.
No, not at all. But he is like, even his coaches said that in the embedded. They're like, I mean, of course it's his coach, there's bias behind it, but they're
He,
like,
I mean, he was 18-0 at that point, or 18-1.
Damn.
yeah, but not in the UFC.
So he
Fought Eddie and Michael Johnson before that.
Yeah, 2 solid ones.
God, lost to Eddie too.
Fought
Eddie was he was fucking unbeatable for a
fought
while.
Palomino, fought Gallard,
Gallard.
Nick Newell,
Melvin
Dan
Gallard.
Lozon.
Dan Lozon.
Is Melvin Gallard still alive?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think
Are
so.
you thinking of Kevin Randleman?
No, that's a completely different weight class.
Same size,
Same hair.
same
hair,
weight class,
yeah.
everything.
All right, anything else?
I love Dustin.
Yeah, DP.
I'm
That's where we're at.
rooting
I
for
love
Dustin,
Gaethje
and
too,
I'm rooting for
but-
Pereira, but
I'm rooting for Pereira and I'm rooting for Dustin.
Likewise, but if Jan were to win, I won't be upset.
hey,
I won't either.
let us know what bets you like, who you're picking in the comments. Hit
I'm not
like,
even gonna be that upset
subscribe.
if DP loses, honestly.
Fuck you.
Like it will be a bummer, but I'm not gonna be like heartbroken about it.
Fuck off. I know you won't because you're a Connor fan.
No.
All right,
We're out of here.
thanks for watching.
So long.
We'll be back with the next UFC card after this. So appreciate you. At HR Podcast on Instagram, at Hungover Handwrite TikTok. Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Shadowbox.
Shadowbox.
Thanks
fade out.
Thanks Sandfagan for joining us. We'll see you next time. Later.